Welcome to AKSHARAHA, an initiative by Educational Trust. In today's class, we are going to learn about internal rate of return. In previous classes, we have discussed about PBP, ARR, NPV, and today's topic is IRR, internal rate of return. Definition: internal rate of return is the discount rate at which the total present value of all future cash inflows equals the initial investment, making the net present value, which means IRR is a discount rate which makes NPV equals to initial investment, making the NPV. So if NPV is equal to initial investment, then NPV will be equal to 0. That means there will be no money left to give. So basically IRR is an annual rate of return, expected annual rate of return a project or an investment is likely to generate. So how do you decide if you want to accept IRR or to reject IRR? This is a decision rule. If IRR is greater than cost of capital, then you accept the project. If IRR is less than the cost of capital KE, then you'll reject the project. If IRR equals to cost of capital, if IRR is equal to cost of capital, you will declare it as indifferent or 0. That's it. IRR is equal to L plus NPVL divided by NPVL minus NPVH into H minus L, where higher rate. They won't give you the NPV rates here. So you have to assume the rates of the NPV, which is take 10 below 10%, take below 10% for lowest rate and more than 10% for highest rate. That's it. That cash flow is expected cash flow is rupees 60,000, 8,000, 10,000, 12,000, 14,000, and discount rate is 10%. That's it. As I said, first take the interest rate at 2%. So NPV 1 divided by 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus R is what? 2. So 1 by 2. Part of calculation is shown in the previous video. Multiply this. This is the cash flow column. 40,000 is nothing but the initial investment. These are the discount rates mentioned here. Okay. So DF at 2%. So I showed you how to calculate that. 1 divided by 1 plus 1 by 0.2. This is the formula to calculate it. So 1 divided by 1 plus, sorry, this is not 0, 1 by 2. Let me show you how to calculate this amount. 1 divided by 1.02 is nothing but 0.980. You press equals, you will get 961. Again press equals, 942, press equals, 0923, press equals, 905. So I hope you got this. Now multiply this. 1 into 6,000. Now multiply this. 6 into 0.980, 8,000 into 6,000 into 0.980, 8,000 into 0.961, 10,000 into 0.942, 12,000 into 0.923, 14,000 into 0.905. Multiply this and write the amount. So 40,000 into 1 minus 40,000. 6,000 into 0.980 is 5,880. 8,000 into 0.961 is 7,688. 10,000 into 0.942 is 9,420. 12,000 into 0.923 is 11,076. So 14,000 into 0.95 is equal to 12,000. 14,000 into 0.905 is equal to 12,670. So total this, add this, you will get 40,000. So this is NP. NPV is equal to 46,734. This is your first NP. Now let's calculate NPV for greatest rate. As I said, you have to calculate the NPV for two interest rates, which was our first interest rate was 2% and next interest rate is at this 10%. Okay. So we have calculated the discount rate for 2%. Now let's calculate it for 10%. So this is the initial investment, 40,000, and these are the discount rates as usual. For this, 1 divided by 1.10 is nothing but 909. So press equals, you will get all those value. 0826 equals 751 equals 683 equals 620. So have taken it as 621. Okay, you got it. Now multiply this. You will get the answer, PV value. So 6,000 into 0.909. How much it is? It's 5,454. 5,454. So you calculate remaining of this. 8,000 into 0.826 is nothing but 6,608. 10,000 into 0.751 is 0. So add this. You will get NPV is equal to what? 36,462. Okay, I didn't do this. 1 divided by 1 plus 1 by 10. So we will get 1 plus 0.10. So if you do this, you will get this. That's it. Now let's move to another step, final step, which is formula part. So IRR is equal to L plus NPVL divided by NPVL minus NPVH into H minus L. So where L is equal to lower rate, let's highlight this. Let's highlight this NPV with red, and let's highlight this NPV with purple. Okay. Now let's move to the problem. So what is the lower rate of NPV here? So this L is nothing but, let's take black ink. L is equal to nothing but the lowest discount rate we have took. Okay, highest is 10%, right? So NPVL, what is NPVL? NPVL is NPV of lowest calculated rate. IRR equals, what is L? L is 2%. So 2 plus, what is NPVL? It's 46,734 minus initial investment. What is the initial investment here? It's 46,734 minus initial investment. What is the initial investment here? It's 40,000, right? So 46,734 minus 40,000 divided by, what is the NPVL? It's 46,734 minus NPV higher rate, which is 36,000. 462 into IRR is 10% minus L is 2%. Okay. So IRR is equal to 2 plus 46,734 minus 40,000 is how much? 6,734 divided by, what is the difference between these two? It's 10,272. Okay. Into 10 minus 2 is what? Okay, let's substitute this. What is 10 minus 2? It's 8. Okay. IRR is equal to, let's divide this. So 2 plus 0.6555 into 8. In next step, we'll do this. So IRR is equal to 2 plus, what is 0.655 into 8? It's 5.244. So IRR is equal to plus 5.24 is equal to 7.44. Okay, this is IRR. Have you calculated IRR? So remember one thing, guys. If one NPV is greater than the initial value, another should be lesser than the initial value. I mean initial investment. Okay, then you will get your NPV, then you will get your IRR problem right. So note, NPV 1 or 2 should be greater than initial investment, and NPV 1 or 2, whichever it may be, it doesn't matter, should be less than initial investment. That's it. This is the trick you have to remember while calculating the IRR. Okay. Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Please subscribe for more videos.